Yeah, we live, baby. Let's go.
Something. Get the keys.
Mr. Telephone Man, what is the deal? There's something wrong with my phone. I don't understand, it's stuck to my hand when I'm out or alone. Mr. Telephone Man, what is the deal? There's something wrong with my phone. I can't put it down, I can't turn it off when I'm out or at home. Mr. Telephone Man, what is the deal? There's something wrong with my phone. I don't understand, it's stuck to my hand when I'm out or alone. Mr. Telephone Man, what is the deal? There's something wrong with my phone. I can't put it down, I can't turn it off when I'm out or at home. Damn. Guess I'm feeling stuck, cause my cell phone blowing up. They wanna go fill up some cups, yeah. But I don't give a what, I'm all on call of alienation. Notice I'm waiting on notifications. Every reply is full of nothing but acronyms and abbreviations. Forgot what it's like to sit face to face and engage in a conversation. You better not call, just send me a text, that is the expectation, yeah. Still not putting my cell phone down, cause you can be the most popular person without even hitting the town. How does that sound? Nothing but facts, and this is what I have found. You're getting more props on what you just post instead of being around. I can watch YouTube, I can watch Hulu, I can go live and look at what you do. Check on my feed to see what is new while I kick back and sip a few brews. Some call it lame, something is dope. Putting my phone down, that is a note. Something gonna happen, no need to hope. This is my life, and that's
What's
how
up, Jerry? Welcome.
What is the deal? There's something wrong with my phone. I don't understand, it's stuck to my hand when I'm out or alone. Mr. Telephone Man, what is the deal? There's something wrong with my phone. I can't put it down, I can't turn it off when I'm out or at home. Mr. Telephone Man, what is the deal? There's something wrong with my phone. I don't understand, it's stuck to my hand when I'm out or alone. Mr. Telephone Man, what is the deal? There's something wrong with my phone. I can't put it down, I can't turn it off when I'm out or at home. And I got a message from one of my hitters. He told me that I should go log on to Twitter. Something about someone is bitter because his girl said someone was with her. The thread was just getting bigger and all of the followers were getting triggered. All I could do was sit there and sticker because it was fake, just like I had figured. I wasted an hour on this, but for some reason I'm not feeling pissed. How much time in my life do I miss? Cause somebody is just getting dissed. Why does it seem that a rift is always good to give me a lift? And when they bring it to me, every reply that I have is swift. Everyday phone stuck to my hand, can't pull myself off of Facebook. Can't trust none of these girls, none of these filters and how they look. I'm sick of all the nasty pics of all the food that they cook. And everyone is acting hard, real life they stay shook. And IG is grimy, but that is where you'll find me. Cause we look pretty faces and staring at some heinies. They pose is always on point and they lip gloss staying shiny. So if you get a like or a heart, girl, don't mind me. Mr. Telephone Man, what is the deal? There's something wrong with my phone. I don't understand, it's stuck to my hand when I'm out or alone. Mr. Telephone Man, what is the deal? There's something wrong with my phone. I can't put it down, I can't turn it off when I'm out or at home. Mr. Telephone Man, what is the deal? There's something wrong with my phone. I don't understand, it's stuck to my hand when I'm out or alone. Mr. Telephone Man, what is the deal? There's something wrong with my phone. I can't put it down, I can't turn it off when I'm out or at home.
What's good, y'all? Just getting this set up. We're almost there. All right, we're there. I'm gonna get right into cooking something up. Let's go. All right. I guess I could change the screen over and we can get into action. Boom. We got action, Craig. All right. Y'all know me. I'm fitting to start with this this here piano. You know what I haven't used all week? Let's go. Let's see what O Lemonade can find for me. Let's go and we're gonna mess with G today. Let's get some seeds. might run with this. Shit. Alright, let's see what this sounds like with a real piano. Let's cut some of this off and mess with it. Copy this over and just mess with this. Let's get this out of here. Damn it. What's up, Dave? Welcome. Scale highlighting. Let's get this bitch on E. So let's see. Shift C. Let's turn this up a little bit. Alt X. All right. Now I'm going to open up Synth Anthology. I'm going to use something else. Believe it or not, I'm not going to use the piano as the main melody tonight. Where's UBI at? Workstation. The workstation. What am I doing here? Why is my... Here we go. Why is Twitch frozen? Damn it. I gotta, hold on one second. I gotta shut Twitch down and start it back up. Maybe. Maybe. Doc. Come on, Twitch. I'm gonna need you to get it together. This shit just frozen. This is terrible. What is the... Is the YouTube stream fine, y'all? Yeah, it's not frozen. It's not even letting me stop the Twitch stream. That's fucked up. Twitch. Sorry, y'all. All right, I can start it back up. Maybe not. We might be shit out of luck on this one. We'll see here in a little bit. We'll just rock out. That sucks. All right. Well, we'll still rock. We'll still rock out on this stream. Boom, 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 boom. What's up, Dick McGuffin? What's up, O-Tune? Welcome. You're just not gonna work? That's what we're doing today? Okay. Sure. Sure you did, kid. What am I doing here? Okay. Oh, that's what I'm doing. I'm like, why does that shit sound like it's out of key so bad? Okay. What's up, Ozzy Beats? Welcome. Need a different snare though. This, whatever the fuck I just clapped is what I was looking for. Dave, I bet you can't wait to go on vacation, huh? Vacation's always a dope time. This beat is not coming along how I wanted to, that's for damn sure. Should have just made it from scratch. This is not the type of beat I plan on making tonight, but here we are making this type of beat. I've been messing with this damn synthesizer all day. My brain is freaking fried. Come on, let's just grab it. Who are we playing with? does my... I don't feel like nothing sounds like it normally sounds right now. Like, I feel like my hearing is off. I don't feel like the piano sounds like it normally sounds. I don't feel like I use that hi-hat all the damn time. It don't sound like it normally sounds. Like, I literally use this one all the damn time. This shit ain't how it sounds. Oh, because I put it... Oh, because I put it in the wrong place. That's probably it, huh? Control Z. Shouldn't sound right. We're gonna go. What's up? Yeah, I'm not listening. I can't fuck with that shit. It's not even my groove. But I do have some beats I need to finish, so we're gonna finish up these beats. That's probably why this shit fucked up. Let me see. All right, should I finish this beat or should I finish this beat? I might finish the third beat I'm about to play. I think we're gonna finish this one. Yeah, gotcha. Need to find me a little art. You already know what time it is. Appreciate that, Ken. Let me see here. Let's add. Let's add some more voices or something. We need some arcade. Restart and update. Shut up, bitch. Just unpack my shit. Let's see if it'll unpack it for me without me restarting it. But do. Y'all ready for some football this weekend? Franz, what's good, my boy? All right, let's go ahead and reload the plugin. All right, restart and update. I just updated it. Let's get some distant voices. Come on, let me get that. Did you? I want to hear your guitar on there, man. I want to hear how you've been killing it. He said, "All I look forward is music." Let me see something first. Before I get all up into this. Let's kick this out. What up, LD40? Welcome. see something. Let me see. Let me see how this is gonna sound. Split by channel. Here. I'm definitely not a speedrunner. up next. Let's finish this one up next. Yeah, I always go the other way around. I go piano, guitar. Bro Sanchez said I would buy this beat right now. And my guy is official YouTuber, I see. I'm gonna check your channel out real quick. My guy's official. Whenever I see the platinum box We gotta go check you out. Hit me up on on the IG. We can talk about it. I appreciate that, my dude. Damn, my dude's got 127,000 subscribers. That's dope. Let's give you a subscribe back. What kind of content you be doing, my dude? Oh, you be getting it in too. I see you. I see you. Look at you. I see you, player. Damn, you be getting 14K on the live stream, B? Damn, that's dope. That's solid. Yeah, man, I can rock with you. Hit me up on IG and we can talk about it. I don't like talking about prices over, you know what I'm saying, the net, but I'll finish this bad boy up. I'm gonna check you out. He said hey yo, man. He said I don't even got no jokes. I mean, believe what you believe, because I don't want to get into this conversation right now, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the answer. You know what I'm saying? Like they said, I don't want to get into the flat earth conversation because I don't really, it doesn't matter to me, you know? But they said the world was round in 1492. How the fuck they know in 1492? Wasn't nobody leaving Earth? Didn't nobody have no pictures of the planet back then? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it is what it is. I don't have no I have no opinions, you know. That's just the realest shit I can say. And I don't know if I be trusting the government and all these pictures that they be sending and shit, you know, of like the world and shit, you know, like I don't see. Look, you didn't open up a bag of worms now because I don't believe that we ever went on the moon. You know what I'm saying? I just don't believe that motherfuckers landed on the moon in the 60s and they had crystal clear pictures. I done seen what the NBA looks like on YouTube. Like if I go to YouTube right now and I pull up some NBA footage from the motherfucking 1990s and the early 2000s, that shit's not as clear as the moon landing. And they didn't have that, you know, I mean, I don't want to get into all that shit because then you can go look at movies and stuff and they look better, but you get what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know if I believe they could have got a camera out in the moon 70 years ago, 65 years ago, and that should have been crystal clear. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. I don't know. I don't want NASA coming after me like they went after Steph Curry when he said that shit, though. Like I be thinking, see, look, see now you don't open up a bag of worms now. I be thinking this whole thing's just a simulation. Like I've been thinking that before it was the popular thing to think. Like uh because I don't know, man. You just think about how the world evolved. How the fuck they build pyramids back in the day, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like how the fuck they build them tall ass pyramids without no ladders and shit, you know? Like I just be feeling like them tombs and all that shit. Like this shit's happened before. Like the world's probably gotten to a place where um we've had technology before, and then obviously we get to a point where motherfuckers got nukes, the whole world gets nuked, some people survive, they live in caves, they live in whatever the pyramids or whatever, and then like population just regenerates and regenerates and regenerates. So it's like I feel like part of why like we got these movies and shit talking about AI in the 80s when then none of that shit fucking existed. Didn't nobody think that AI was gonna be some kind of shit in the 80s? Like that wasn't even like we didn't even have fucking cell phones and shit like with like this kind of technology. So it's like all that shit, how can people think the future 50 years in advance, you know, 40 years in advance and shit like that? You know, it's like the writings on the wall. Literally, that's what that for me that statement means, the writings on the wall, like hieroglyphics and all that other shit. That's the only way you could pass down the messages. You know what I'm saying, is if you put it in a safe encasing and then the next generation, it's up to them to try to decipher the code and shit, you know? Right, right, right. So I don't know, man. You know, maybe weird thoughts, whatever. But you know, I be thinking about that shit too, man. I just be like, I don't see how. I don't see how just some old shit that just been around forever could have existed without technology, you know? Like I don't know. And then the way shit happens so fast. So it's like, like you never know. I mean, you just don't know. There's all these secret societies and all this other shit. You don't know what kind of information they have, what kind of knowledge they're passing on to their seeds and on other people. It's always a select group. I've been watching these documentaries. So um, I've been watching docs on like how all these social. Oh damn, I didn't even put the chat up, but we'll just take that down for now. But I like all these social media. Really, all these social media people, they all are from the same area. So like the dude who made Twitter knew the dude who made Instagram before he made Instagram. The dude who made Instagram knew Mark Zuckerberg before Mark Zuckerberg did Facebook. So like all these people, they be knowing each other and they be in like small regions. Now, granted, I'm not saying like all their families have all this knowledge or they're in these secret societies or all this other stuff. But if one person in your group, you know what I'm saying, has the knowledge and they share it with you, you know what I'm saying, you can grow and you can do some wonderful things. You can take that knowledge and you can become a billionaire. So I'm not saying that all billionaires are like that. I don't believe that it's all a plot between 5 or 6 people, or 10 people or a group of people, whatever, because you see how we hate other countries hate each other. Um, but I do feel like part of that hate is like no different than like primal fear. So like racism, I think inevitably like stuff like racism, I believe um people are racist because it's like your natural it's just like the natural animal in you. So like not all bears like all bears. You know what I'm saying? Not all cats like all cats. So like, jaguars beef with tigers and stuff like that. If like a panda bear seen a grizzly bear in the wild, they would fight with each other. It's because they look different than each other. So I do believe like that's part of why like countries all war with each other is just because we look different. And like people want to act like humans aren't animals, but we're just the smartest animal. So it's like part of that hate is just because you're not familiar with the other animal. But that's part of growing and getting smarter is educating yourself and like taking that thought process, out of it. Like I grew up in the suburbs, so it's like I'm not racist at all. I love everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm about as far from being racist as you can just because I grew up in an area where there wasn't a lot of black people. So it's like you either hate everybody or you learn to like people and love people and so on and so forth. So yes, there are not all the people that I grew up around or whatever, they would have the same perspective as me because they didn't live the same life as me. So it's like I just see life a little bit differently than a lot of black people because I didn't grow up in the normal circumstance as most black people. I didn't grow up in the hood. I didn't grow up where it was predominantly black. But but my family did, and they just were like 20 minutes down the road. So obviously I spent a lot of time in the hood and all that other stuff. But I just see life differently because I know how people talk. Like people come up to me and say stupid. Well, people would say wild ass shit to me like growing up, like, uh, "You're not like regular black people." Well, I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm still a black person. I just, you know what I'm saying? I didn't grow up in the ghetto, or just weird shit. Like I'd be at work, and like I was always manager. So like I grew up, which was wild because I grew up like in a white area in a suburb. And I was like always the manager and shit, which was always wild to people. So every once in a while, I'd get some racist ass employee and they would say some racist ass shit to me and I'd have to fire them or some shit like that. But it was like people just, managers would feel comfortable coming up to me and being like, we're going to put you in charge of the diversity network because you're the most responsible black person we have. And I look at him and I'm like, bitch, I ain't responsible. I'm fitting to get off work and go smoke a blunt and go drink. I'm about to drink for 3 o'clock in the morning and then roll back up in here at 6. I'm not more responsible than anybody. I just come to work and work hard. Like these other motherfuckers work hard too. You just don't like the way that they talk. Like they grew up in the hood, so they don't talk proper. I talk proper. So it's like you think I'm the most responsible person because I don't come up here and I don't act all ghetto, but as soon as y'all go into the office, I'm acting just as ghetto as everybody else. Like I just know not to act ghetto in front of you and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't no different. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I can't say that. I guess I work hard and responsible. But it's like I don't know. You got me off on some weird tangent. Let me finish this beat. But you get where I'm going at. Nah, you good. You good. You good. You good. Sometimes I get on a tangent though, man. This ain't the first time. It's been a while though. But boy, like last year about this time, at the end of every stream, man, it was always these kind of conversations, Because it's like there's just so much to think about. And like we just with the way we process information is we just process the information that's given to us and we're supposed to just take it and run. But like I think about right now. So like right now in the schools, they're trying to take out like Grandma Boy Radio, what's good? I've been here, man. I've been here. I've been back streaming for a minute. It's been about a month. Appreciate the super chat, man. I'll definitely finish the beat. But I think about stuff like this. Like they're trying to take away talking about like slavery and how fucked up the country was, you know what I'm saying, before they abolished slavery. They're trying to take that shit out of school. So if we're in an era now where we knowingly know that they're trying to take that stuff out of school and they're just trying to misrepresent the way that this country was built, think about how much stuff has been misrepresented throughout time because we're only privy to the information that we're given. So you can search for information, but there's no surefire piece of information that can tell you everything that you want to know. So everything that you want to know, you can only figure it out through like kind of thinking and like meditating on it and like trying to find different sources. But we only know so much. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're in school, they only teach you bullshit. You know what I'm saying? They only teach you like the story that they want you to know. They don't teach you like all the truths. They only teach you what they want you to know. So like, growing up until you start doing more research and figuring stuff out, you would think like, oh, well, George Washington was the first president. Oh, he's this hero. He's this great person. But that motherfucker had slaves. You know what I'm saying? So it's like for me, I can't see that motherfucker as no hero because basically part of building this country was on the back of slaves, and then like in return, we never got no reparations. So it's like of all the groups, we are the group that never got reparations. Native Americans got reparations. We gave reparations to the Japanese after we bombed them. America paid fucking Jewish people. I don't want to get canceled. I don't want to get banned. I'm not talking about anybody after the Holocaust. They got reparations. So many different groups have gotten reparations, but the group that they blackballed from getting loans in the middle of the Great Depression, when the nation started booming again, the reason why the suburbs exist is because they gave all of the non-black people loans and they got to buy houses and they got to build, and that's why they started off better than we did after slavery, was because they got money in order to invest in housing and like their neighborhoods and all this other stuff. So then it's like generations keep growing and you have the black people who are in the ghetto who can't get loans, or we get loans at fucked up percentages. So it's like we'll get loans at like 20 times higher, 10 times higher than the average person. So you can't get out of that negative. You can't get out of the negative when there's more negative put on top of you, and people don't talk about that. Or things like when we finally start striving and like we get Black Wall Street, the shit gets burned down. Whenever we build some shit, it gets fucking torn down and gets fucked up by some racists. And so it's like we can never as a culture grow. I know I'm not speaking like, not saying that all black people are great and like we've made the smartest decisions throughout time, but when you just look at all the things that the government has done, like there used to be a wealth of farmers that were African Americans, right? But none of the African Americans got the loans when they needed to get the loans to keep their farms going. So it's like now all those farmers who were African Americans or black, they're all the black farmers, they don't exist anymore because they didn't have the money to continue to go throughout all the bad times, the up and downs throughout the history of the United States of America. So it's like that shit's fucked up. And then when you look at like the way things are set up, like why did they start welfare? Why did they start all these different programs? Why did they start Section 8? It was to split up black families, and it was targeting black families to separate. It was telling black women that they can be on their own and they don't need the black male no more. So it's like the government has implemented all this stuff throughout time to tear down, our race. And so it's like, I don't know, man. Shit like that, shit like that's crazy, you know? People don't, and like they don't teach that shit in school. They don't teach none of that shit in school. So motherfuckers don't know that shit. So they don't understand why welfare exists. They don't understand why none of that shit exists. People, and this is like more broadband, people don't even understand what minimum wage is, what it was created for, and why it exists. And that's like what's fucked up about just not knowing. Like minimum wage isn't some shit that is just the minimum wage that you can pay people. Minimum wage was created as the minimum wage that you could survive and feed your family with. You know what I'm saying? Have a house, and that you is the minimum wage that you can make in order to live. But now minimum wage has turned into the minimum wage that you can live off of. So you should be able to make minimum wage, and you should be able to pay your rent. You should be able to buy your groceries. You should not be able to live fancy. You don't get to make minimum wage and have like a great life, but you should be able to make enough money to pay all your bills and live comfortable enough to not need any assistance. And now it's just gone from the point of minimum wage is like 7.25 in some states, and that's not even close to the that's 2 gallons of gas. You know what I'm saying? Like that's 2 gallons of gas. It's not enough to you got to work in order to fill up your tank. You got to work like 8 hours, you know, or 6 hours in order to fill up your tank. So that's like most of one day of your work week. And then you still gotta like buy food, you still gotta pay for rent, you still gotta do all this other shit. It's not even close. And with inflation and all that other stuff, they need to increase the price of all that shit, but they just don't do that shit. And so it's like, um, these are just conversations that need to have happen more often. You know, all these conversations need to happen because it's like until we can fix these things, I don't know, the country's always going to be fucked up. Until they give reparations, until they people stop looking at each other the wrong way just because they're black, you're scared of them falling around the stores. But in that same sense, black people, we need to act like we have sense too. We can't just be out here acting wild. If they give us money, we can't just act wild anymore. We have to get our shit together, you know? Oh, $12 a day. That's brutal, my dude. What's that? $60 a month? Ugh, so you only made 24 or $240 if you work, man. That's brutal. See, like I have often have the conversation. Uh, I often have this conversation where people talk about how we take advantage of like China and shit, like because of slave labor and shit. But if you look at the cost of living in China, it's like a quarter of what it is here. So minimum wage there, if it's 350, they're still living a better life than we're living here off minimum wage. And that's something that people don't talk about. They always want to talk about slave labor other places, but shit, not saying where you're from, but in a place like China where we always complain about China and their practical their practices, we're no better here, you know? What's up, Creaction? Welcome. if I have a beat tag hanging around here. Well, that's, I mean, I got you on that. I mean, I feel like all I need is a vocal on there. Let me see here. I wonder if I have. I guess I can look on my desktop. How would I have a beat tag for? That's some bullshit. I wonder if I can stretch this out and make it work. Probably not though.
Some.
We got stretch. I'm not tripping.
Some.
How would it be at?
Some. Hit the key.
Some.
Hit the key.
Some.
Hit the key.
Some.
Hit the key.
Some.
Hit the key.
It is wild how that restretch worked.
Some.
Hit the key.
All right, got that one. All right, I got this other beat. I'll have to mix that a little bit later because I don't have speakers. But I do got one more beat I guess I can mix down real quick or finish up. I think, I'm not sure if I want to finish this or not. I gotta hear it. That last beat was hard though, my dude. I was thinking about doing something on that beat when I made it. I was like, this motherfucker hard as tough as nails. What wattage and Nick strength? Oh, well, it's one of the filter on this is like the 60 to 71, so it's going 70, but it's not really like it's like would be 70 with the smaller filter, so it's 60, and then it's 6 for the nicotine. I mean, you would have to, well, as far as mastering, I couldn't master the beat, so like all I could do is mix the beat. Um, so like with the beat, I'll go back to that beat. So with the beat, how I would mix a beat, if an artist is gonna get on the beat, I would mix it. I would pull all the volumes of all this stuff down first off, because like all this stuff is too loud. Because you want it to be. I always preach this, so like you always want it to be like -6 on the. You know what I'm saying? I like my beats to be at -6 dB when I have a beat that I'm mixing for somebody, because you want them to be able to put their vocals in, and then with the vocals, you want the beat to, ideally be somewhere between -4.5 to -6, so that when you master it, it's not, it gives the masters time to like actually boost the volume correctly so you can fill out some of the frequencies, you can EQ everything, you can put a limiter on there or maximizer, whichever one that you choose to use. So like with a beat, I normally on stream just make a beat as loud as I can because I know that's what y'all want, that's what everybody wants to hear. Everybody wants to hear it thump. So typically like this beat right here, normally I'll just put a clipper on there, and then I'll just let it go. But like if I took the clipper off, this is gonna clip. Probably, probably. I think so because
Some hit the key.
so it's clipping. But what I'll typically do is when I'm gonna start messing with a beat that I would mix for somebody all the way down, obviously I'm gonna pull all these volumes down. And then like I'll start to mix from this point right here. So I'll start to mix at the chorus because the chorus is the loudest part of the song. You know what I mean? So like after when I'm like making a beat, so when I'm making a beat, I typically kind of mix as I go. So like, after you've been making music for a while, you start hearing things. So like when I make my piano, I know when the piano is too loud. So then, I'll turn down the volume on the piano. Then the next instrument I'll put in there, I'll turn that volume down too as well. So like I always try to mix to a point. So like let's say I'm making a beat on stream, right? I always tell everybody, hey, I want my piano to be at like -18, somewhere around there. Sometimes it could be a little bit louder, but you want it to be around here. You want the melody to be somewhere around here. So like as you're looking, so this is before I pulled the volume down. This is when I turn it back up. This is if I'm making a beat for just a beat to be listened to. And then you look at the guitar. So the only note that's going really higher in 18 is the note that I'm stressing here. Then I always say things like, you always want your snare to be like around 12 or something like that. somewhere in this range over here. This snare is a little bit louder because I have it parallel processed. So before I parallel process sounds, it would have been like probably around 12. See? And so like that's where my bass start point is. I want my snare to be like around 12. I want my kick to be like around 9, somewhere between 9 and 12, depending on the kick. But the way I have this process, I guess, everything's not set in stone though. So since I have my kick, my hi-hats, and my snare coming to 12 or 15, and it's being processed in this bus too, you see it's going to push it up to higher. So it's all about the kind of the instrument that you have too as well. But I typically try to go by certain things. Like, and then I want my other melodic pieces to be a little bit quieter since this is another piano. I turn this up a little bit because it's just another piano, so I want it to be like around 12 or something. I guess it's not on. And then the strings I have a little bit lower than everything else, because it's not the main sound. So everything can't be the same volume. Certain things have to stick out, and certain things are just made to be secondary instruments or secondary sounds, you know? So with this, as I would mix this, let me see, I'm gonna save this first. And then I would probably just come here and I would turn everything down just a little bit. And then like with this beat, the way that this beat's set up, so like the sounds, normally I would do a lot of panning and stuff. So like I would pan instruments. I would normally leave the piano right down the middle. Obviously, I'm gonna leave this down the middle. I'm gonna leave the kick and the bass down the middle. I might pan one of the hi-hats a little bit to the left, and then I might pan the snare a little bit to the right. Normally, if I have a whole bunch of melodies and stuff going, I'm gonna pan one of the guitars this way. Another trick that you can do when you're mixing is you can like send the guitar to, you can route a guitar to another track. I'm not gonna do that on this one because this guitar, with the effect I have on there, if you watch, it's going back and forth with the panning. I guess it's over a little bit, so it's good. And then I would probably move the string over a little bit to the right. And basically, I mean, the beats mixed. I know there's a whole lot of steps that I missed there though, because like as you're looking here, obviously I have thermal on here, so I put an effect on here. So this guitar just sounded like this before I threw thermal on there. And then in thermal, I kind of did, I don't want to say mixing, but if you look here, I messed with the stages and stuff. So as you see here, I did some EQing in this stage. I've done some EQing in this stage. I've done some in this stage, and then I've just added different effects. So I really did all that in thermal, everything I needed to do to the guitar. If the guitar wasn't sitting good, like in the mix though, I would probably put some compression on it. You know, with the piano, I didn't even put any effects on the piano. Damn. But then like after you master this, so we're gonna save this as distortion 2. I mean, really, it's beats ready to go. Part of mixing a good beat too is just picking good sounds. Um, no, I never tried neutral amp modifier, but if I was to come into here and then push export and like let's say we're gonna just put the FL Studio master on there. Ah, damn it. Save one more time. I gotta open up the other FL Studio. Gotta open up your beta. But if I put the master on here, it's gonna sound good because it's basically ready to go. Like all it needs is an artist on there. And then like this would be perfect for you to give to the whoever the mixing engineer is because all the levels and everything are set straight. So, you know, you don't have to worry about everything's ready to go, you know? So like if I did a you know, just a little fake master on this, everything should be set up right. And right now I have it mastering at like 14 LUFS. I'm probably gonna put it at 13 because that's what YouTube really is. All right, and put it on hip hop just to make sure. Normally it does a good job at detecting though. Then when we listen to it, it's gonna sound like it's nice and full. Uh, so obviously, you know, it takes a minute. It takes even longer to do this when you obviously when you have your whole everything on there, all the effects and everything. But if you don't have, if you're like just in, if you export the track and then you master it, it goes a lot faster. Yeah, I mean it's not a bad master. I just did a video the other day where I guess while it's doing this, it's gonna take a second. So I did a video the other day um, where I did some comparisons of the mastering. Come on, internet. I need you to net. It's right here.
Come back and watch college football all season long, live and
Probably taking forever because I got that mastering going. I got mastering, I got streaming. It's probably wasn't the greatest time to get on the internet, huh? I'm just trying to pull shit from the cloud. Because when it's mastering, it's pulling it from the cloud, I believe. But as you see here, this is like what it does. So here was the mix on the track, and then here's the master I put on there. So you can see the size of the wave. It, you know, definitely increased it and brought it up to that 14 LUFS. It might not do it because it's mastering right now. And I believe that the mastering works with the cloud. I could be wrong, but I believe it does. So I might have froze everything up. Oh no! It's doing some shit down here. Oh. This dude said something voted for Trump in 2016. I did not vote for Trump in 2016. But I might vote for Trump in 2024 because fuck, inflation is a bitch. All right, so this is what it sounded like originally.
Some hit the keys.
So you can hear the difference. So you can definitely hear the difference. I mean, it makes a huge difference. It does a pretty decent job at mastering, in my opinion. I mean, it could be a little better, it could be a little bit worse. But yeah. So it makes it pretty easy, but you still have to get a good mix because with this, you don't get to go in and do anything. So um, I'm not trying to steer anybody away from this program because I think it's dope. But like, there's stuff like this that's out there that's free too, like for mastering tools. BX Master Decks Classic. This isn't a bad mastering tool either. You kind of got to know what you're doing just a little bit, but not too much, because it's got volume, it's got foundation. You can add a little bit of distortion. It's got compression. It's got a widener, and it's got tone control. So and what's cool is it tells you your dynamic range. So if you're in between 6 and 8, you have a good dynamic range. I prefer this on beats versus whole tracks though. I would rather use the ozone on a full track, but I might just grab this if I'm putting something on a beat. But something like this isn't a bad tool either, and this is free, 100% free. I always put this in like my top free plugins, like of all. You think this sounded better than the FL Master? I mean, maybe I don't know. I mean, may I'd have to compare them listening ear to ear. Um, yeah, but it's not a bad tool at all. Um, it's not a bad tool at all. I would definitely recommend grabbing that tool because you can oh man, my battery's about to die. We'll see how long it lasts. But you can definitely use that and it'll get the job done for you too. Obviously, I don't know how much you know about like different tools and stuff like that, but like I haven't grabbed Ozone 11 yet. I'll probably get it next week sometime. Um, but like Ozone 10 is super fire. Well, I guess it's Ozone 11 now, and Ozone 11 is definitely fire. But this is dope too because like with this one, you get all the stuff that you need. So you get all these different tools that you can put in there, whether it's a dynamic EQ, dynamics, 2 different EQs, exciter, imager, impact, low end focus, master rebalance. So you can go back in with master rebalance and actually, if you have a track that's completed, you can put that on the vocals and you can just turn up the vocals, even though the track's already done and you don't have all the stems. You can do that with the drums, you can do that with the bass. You got different EQs, spectral, all this stuff. So again, I just go to basic preset. I like to start off with these legacy presets and this all purpose. And then there's this one that's called light cleanup. I like to start with that one. And then I base my master off of this. So I'll add whatever it needs from this because it just gives me a EQ, an imagizer, and or imager and a maximizer to start off with. And then I'll base my stuff from there. So like this is what it sounds like without ozone on there, and then I'll turn it on there. Right, and that's just that basic preset. And then like, with the imager, it's cool because this basically allows you to spread out the width in each different band. So like, let's say you want to just make your high frequency a little more spread out. You can turn it up and it's going to spread out your EQ. And you have this right here. And when you're looking at this tells you the width of your beat. So like a lot of people like their shit all spread out like that, but that's not what you want. You want it to be like in this range right here. So that's ideally what I'm looking for, maybe a little wider. But like you got to remember the bass and the kick, those are going to be the loudest sounds in your beat, and they're going to go right down the middle. So every time they hit, it's going to hit in the middle. You don't want to make everything right down the middle because then everything's fighting. Like when you're mixing like your vocals and stuff in there, stuff is fighting for frequency. So if everything goes down the middle, it just covers itself up. And that's why you pan instruments a little bit. But you don't want to start panning shit all crazy because you listen to stuff on your phone. Your phone's not stereo. Most phones are like mono, or like a lot of people listen to stuff in mono, whether it's like little pill speakers or stuff like that. And then like with this, you can just add stuff. So you can add like, exciter. So you can add distortion. So like, and then like they all have presets that you can go through. You know what I'm saying? So you can decide whether you want detailed transients or all this other stuff. So. And you can hear it just adding a little bit of the saturation, not too much, but just a little bit. So it's a little more evident in this one because of the kind of saturation it is. You can hear the tape in it, so you can hear a little crackling. it's just a dope tool. You know, you can throw another EQ on there if you want to. So. I mean, that kind of clouded up the master a little bit, but I'm just kind of showing you like this is the best mastering tool that you're gonna get that's all in one, because it just has all these different things that you can use. Like it's got this mastery balance, so this is dope. So like let's say I put this on the bass, it just focuses on the bass and turns the bass up. And if you had like a 2-track, that's what makes this real good. If you just had a WAV file with everything recorded, you could go in and edit it. Same with drums. But it is super CPU intensive. Sorry about that scratchiness. It is super CPU intensive. And then like Ozone's cool too because it's got like, the one I have comes with tonal balance. So like this basically gives you target ranges. So as you're like mastering, it pulls up a, oh shit, did I put that on that? It'll give you this right here, and these are goals where you want everything at. So you want your lows here, your low mid here, your high mid here, and your highs here. Now, granted, this is more so for like a song, but you know, you listen to it. So like it's telling me everything is kind of pretty good except for the highs need to come down a little bit. And it's like a good tool. What's up, Preston? It's a good tool to help you find out, you know, how your master is sitting, how everything's sitting. So I mean, there's a ton of just great tools. So like, I don't know how often you watch like the videos or like the suggestions and stuff. Like, um, a lot of people talk shit because you know some of us, you know, well, now I'm not going to speak for I can't speak for nobody else but myself because there's some people who like they suggest everything. But like when I talk about like deals and shit like that, I only tell y'all about deals on shit that either I have that I use or shit that I want that I like. You know, like I don't I don't I don't get on here and be like, every plugin's on sale. Like if a lot of times I talk about the same shit, you know, if you'll notice, you know, I talk about the same shit. So it's like every time Ozone goes on sale, I'm gonna tell y'all because I use the shit. It's like one of my favorite plugins, one of my top plugins. Anytime like the V collection goes on sale, I'm gonna tell y'all because it's one of my favorite plugins. So it's like shit that I actually use would be the shit that I would suggest to you guys. But there is some things too, what I've had to realize about like doing this channel and doing what I do is like not everybody who watches my channel does hip hop. So sometimes I have to be aware of what other people like. So I'll suggest stuff like different amps or different whatever it is, different synthesizer plugins or different tools because I know people are like, hey man, we do EDM, this is what we rock with. So it's like if a bunch of people I know are like, hey, this is fire, then I'll try to, you know, put that out there for them. How you doing, Preston? Preston, dog, let me tell you about my fantasy squad right now, B. Hey, they messed around and let me get Tyron Williams. And I don't know if you know who Tyron Williams is, but he's a starting running back for the Rams, and he's like the #2 fantasy halfback. So now I have Bijan Robinson, I got Travis Etienne, and I got Tyron Williams starting this week. Tyron's in the flex. I got Alvin Kamara on the bench. He's still suspended for a week. I got Jonathan Taylor on the bench. He's out for 2 more weeks. And then I have the 2 running backs for Philadelphia. So I got DeAndre Swift and Kenneth Gainwell. I'm probably going to trade them 2 though. And then I just got running backs galore. And then I got a receiver. I still got my receivers. So I got CeeDee Lamb. I got Devontae Smith. I got Jordan Addison, who's come through for me for 2 weeks, and Michael Thomas. Yeah, man, I try, and it's frustrating because like you got other people. Look, again, I can't speak for other people, so I know I will do sponsored content. I'll tell y'all in a heartbeat. I will do some sponsored content, um, all that shit. I'll put some affiliate links in the description because I hear some people say shit like, "Well, why would you put affiliate links in the description? Why don't you just do a Patreon or push your members and shit?" And it's like, I don't really want to take money from y'all, but unless I was had a service to provide for you. So if I had like if I had a plugin, then yes, I would like to sell you guys the plugin, right? But I don't want you guys to have to pay me $5, $10, $25 a month on Patreon. Yes, I have memberships because you're supposed to, but I don't talk about that shit. I don't be like, hey, be a member, be a member. I don't push that shit. So I don't want any money from you guys necessarily. But if you watch the video and you're gonna go buy a plugin, why would you not use an affiliate link? Because then I'm not charging you any money. I get, y'all helping me out, obviously, and I don't have to charge you for a Patreon. I don't have to charge you for no shit. If the fucking content helps you and you decide that you want something, that's what the affiliate link's there for, is so that you can pay what part of what you're going to pay the company to me. I mean, I don't know. I think a lot of times when people are arguing the facts, and I get that some people are slimy and some people are or how they are, but that's everything in life. Everybody's, I mean, that's in every avenue that you work in. There's no avenue that you work in where everybody is 100% trying to be authentic. Like I ain't never had a job where all the employees were authentic or all my coworkers were authentic, or I've never been in a scenario in life where everybody's been authentic. There's always going to be bad apples. So the exception can't be the rule, you know? That argument kills me. It's like the exception can't be the rule. Everybody see things differently. I see things from a perspective of I'm not trying to charge people for memberships in Patreon. So if you can help a brother out, help a brother out. If you don't want to use the link, don't use the link. I'm not mad at you. I'm still gonna put some content out. I'm hoping Cortland Sutton has a good week this week. Yeah, that's not a bad lineup. I'm hoping Cortland Sutton has a good week. Because I picked him up in DraftKings this week. My DraftKings, I'm gonna do a bunch of lineups, but the one lineup I did is kind of weird. Kind of weird. I picked Kirk Cousins as my quarterback. Man, y'all, I think I'm about to vamp up out of here though. We can talk for a couple minutes. We can talk for a couple minutes. What y'all want to talk about? Because y'all got any questions or anything? I got about 5 more minutes left in me. We're about to go upstairs and lay down and watch YouTube for like an hour. I got a bunch of content I want to watch. I want to watch I think I want to watch Playback. I'll be watching Playback with Agent Low. Oh, I gotta get the screen up here so I can hear y'all or see y'all though. Yeah, man, my squad, and I don't know how my squad is so dope. We got a 10-team league, and I can't say this is the best team I've ever had because I've had some stupid ass fantasy football teams because I play in a lot of keeper leagues before. So I just draft well. Typically if we're playing for money, I draft well. If I'm playing for free, I don't really care that much. So I don't follow up on shit. But we could be playing for $1, and I promise you I'm about to go hard for fantasy football for some odd reason. Yo, Nico Collins, that's not a bad pickup. I wish I would have got Puka what Akua. I wish I would have picked him up when I could have. Man, I slept on that one. And I was thinking about getting him, and then the homie, he's got a fire ass team too. There's like a few teams in the league that are just sick. In my league, that are just sick. And it's like he's got one of the teams that's sick because he's got like Travis Henry, and I don't know, he's got a sick ass team. I'm kind of worried about his team a little bit because my team's dope, but his team's fucking dope too. Like come the end of the season, it's all about the end of the season and who's healthy. I didn't. Everybody in my league slept on Kyron Williams though, and then I just lucked out. I had like the third waiver wire because the way I do my waiver wires is it's not the worst team gets the first waiver wire pick every week. We ain't doing that shit. That's bullshit. Because then it's like the worst team always turns it around at the end of the season if they pay attention. And then like if you're good, you'll never get a waiver wire pickup. That's not cool. So it's like my shit goes in order. So it's like if you do you fall to the back of the line after your pick. So I was like the third or the fourth, and somebody, my homeboy, this dude, he dropped a running back. He had three running backs on his team. He dropped a running back to pick up a wide receiver. I was like, oh my God, this motherfucker's tripping. He ain't got no running backs. And then the person before me picked up the dude from the Cleveland Browns, and I got lucky and got Kyron Williams because I had them both on my waiver wire. And then I picked the Dallas kicker too, because we kick a lot of field goals. I don't know why I didn't pick him up at the beginning of the season, but we kick a lot of field goals. If you if there's a spot next year, Preston, you can get in the league because every year people leave and shit like that. So like I mean, typically though my leagues everybody stays until the league disbands. But if somebody leaves, I'll definitely put you down as the first person to get in if you want to. But you have to pick up whoever's roster it is. I think what I might do though is I might make a concession because a lot of times what happens if somebody quits a league, it's typically because their team's trash and they don't know how to they figure they can't get out of it. But it's like all you got to do is just draft well the next year and pay attention to the waiver wire and you can turn your team around really quick. Because players get injured, stuff happens all the time. So especially in our league, I have so many damn good players. If you have like the first pick in the draft, you're gonna get a good player because I'm gonna have to get rid of like Travis Etienne or Jonathan Taylor or Alvin Kamara. I'm gonna have to get rid of one of those three guys, and they're all top pick worthy. So it's like, and then there's other teams that are like have good rosters. So it's like if you just pay attention, you can turn your team around. Well, I make an exception and let somebody pick twice in the first round or something, or back-to-back picks or something. Because a lot of times I hate to like have somebody buy into a league and now they have like this crappy ass team because somebody else didn't draft well. Yo, it is dynasty. Well, it's not a full dynasty. I wish I would have set it up as a full dynasty though. Because if I would have set it up for a full dynasty, I probably won this league like 4 years in a row or something because my team is just that sick right now, and all my players are young because I draft young players. If you're doing a keeper league, you got to draft young players the first year. So like, I'm willing to lose the first year if it means that my team's going to be good in the future. But fortunately, I just drafted well, and then players were just falling to me like. I knew the whole draft that I was going to draft Jonathan Taylor in the 5th round because I was like, Jonathan Taylor's 25. Even if he has a shit year this year, he'll come back and be fine next year. So, I mean, I was willing to like take some gambles. And then it was like when Tua fell to me in like the 9th round or the 10th round, because I didn't know what I was going to do for quarterback. I was going to draft Aaron Rodgers, but somebody drafted Aaron Rodgers the pick before I drafted. So then Tua fell to me, and it was like the 9th round. And I was like, if Tua's healthy, he's going to have a good season. And then Geno Smith fell to me in like the 12th round. So I was like, that's good enough for a quarterback position. Darren Waller fell to, he ain't doing shit though. But I picked up Henry, and I'm going to start starting him. He's like the number 2 fantasy tight end right now. So it's like players just fell to me. I picked Hunter Henry up on the waiver wire after the first week. So it's like players just fell to me, and it fell correctly. Like I knew I was drafting Bijan Robinson with the first pick. If I would have had the number 1 pick in the draft, I would have drafted Bijan Robinson first. It didn't matter where I drafted at. I knew I was drafting Bijan first because he's 21. Atlanta Falcons run the football, and I have a running back for 5 or 6 years. And then like I knew I was going to draft a wide receiver second. CeeDee Lamb fell to me. I had like the 17th pick. And CeeDee Lamb fell to 17th. He shouldn't have fell that far. So I picked him up, And then the next time go around, I wanted to get Amon-Ra St. Brown, but somebody drafted him, and Devontae Smith fell to me. So it was like I had, 3 top 20 players, in my first 2 picks, you know? And it just ETN fell to me. I was wanting him too, but he Kansas City has a good run defense. We'll see how he does. Because I mean, I like him. You know, he's young too, but it gets difficult because now I got that third damn keeper. The fourth keeper pick is going to be hard as fuck to make next year, but we'll figure it out. He said, "Yo, but you got to pay attention, Preston, because the Falcons are a run team, and the Falcons have one of the best running lines in the league. So if like, oh yeah, but you're a New Orleans fan probably, so you're not picking up. Shit, I picked up Eagles, and I hate the Eagles. I got the Eagles defense. I got Devontae Smith. I got 2 of their running backs. Um, but I normally don't. I normally don't draft Cowboys players because although the Cowboys do well, I hate I hate having to decide I always gonna start the Cowboy player. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I always gonna start the Cowboy player. So it doesn't matter how, like last year, I fucking died on it was a free league, but I died because I couldn't bench Zeke. You know what I'm saying? Like I just couldn't do it. So but I did draft and you have to draft CeeDee Lamb if he's there in the second round. But like I can't draft players on my team because then if my team loses and then I lose fantasy football because a player on my team didn't do well, it's a shitty ass start to the week. I'm in a badass mood. And so I just don't do it. I picked up Michael Thomas and I picked up Alvin Kamara. I was, iffy on Kamara because he had a bad season last year, but he's got Derek Carr quarterback now. Hopefully Derek Carr passes him the ball at the backfield. Michael Parsons is fire. I'd pick up Michael Parsons. If I had like a defense on the league, I'd pick up Michael Parsons, but there's no defense out there. All right, sure. I'm about to vamp up out of here. I'll be back Sunday with the critique stream. You know what I mean? And then I don't know if I'm gonna have. I'll probably put together a video tomorrow, but I don't fucking know what I'm gonna do yet. Because I was gonna do a video on the synthesizer, but I'm having some troubles with it, so I don't think that I'll be able to shoot the video tomorrow. I might not shoot that video till next week, but I'll put together something. Gotta put together some content. Something interesting. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet though. Yeah, I think I got Alvin Kamara in like the 8th round or something like that. The round before I drafted Tua. It was late. I might have got him. I might have got him in the 6th round. I might have got him in the 7th round actually. Now that I think about it. But yeah, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be easy. I'll holler at y'all. Peace.